this won't be too long, thankfully. Our group basically discussed a lot of things, but it sort of split into two sides of it. Since it's all students, we thought, okay, what can resident members do and what can students do? Alone, you fall down into the residential, but you know how students operate, so we thought there was a real interesting dynamic in each of those real three groups, if you will. So for residents, one thing that they had suggested was to catch a student after service. How many times has a student walked in, sat down, and then walked back out without being greeted by anybody? I don't know a number on it, but that was one of the thoughts we had. That maybe these guys or men and women are sneaking out the door and just avoiding the contact. Now that things have settled down post-COVID, the good thing that we can do is watch the door or catch somebody beforehand. You see somebody across the room, walk straight over and get that person before they can walk out. Some of you are better at doing this than others. That's okay. You know, you kind of keep an eye out of what you've got. Purpose Pals, we want to re-establish that. So if you're willing to connect with a student, let me know. We'd like to see who's around and who's willing to do that. There are a few other activities also on the student side. But one thing that they had suggested was to continue with the activities. One lesson we've learned is not to worry about numbers. It's not like it's a Bible study of the same people who've been meeting for about 5 years are used to being about a certain size. With reestablishing these events, we're anticipating lower numbers and spreading by word of mouth. So we might have an activity with just 3 people. Could be the person planning it and 2 students. That's fine, and that is a success as far as we're concerned, because we're reestablishing a lot of things that we've taken for granted over the years. We know we get together for Bible studies, we get together for our meals, but some of these students don't know about it, and so the word doesn't spread like normal. So we need to encourage our students to re-engage one another and invite them, like some of the alum hung together and a part of a crew. They kept inviting people, kept being looking forward to meeting together. That's the way we need to get our students to do the same thing now. Be eager to see one another and invite one another. And a new thing that I think we haven't done before is reach out to post-grad, post-doc students. So on our student team right now, we have graduate students in law school helping out, which may not have been the case in the past, but now we're also looking at those groups who are coming to church. They may be working on a doctorate or some other program, but we can invite them in the same way. Maybe they are more comfortable with Andy's group with 20s and 30s or something than an undergrad group. So that's still another demographic that we need to address and look at. And so we put them with the students, but we're going to have to engage each one in a case-by-case basis and see how it best fit and find groups for them to engage with. Any questions? Great, I didn't have any answers.